Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 11. Last time we saw Eren rage, and not just rage, be just completely different from what we remember him being from Season 1, even to Season 3. He is just, the best way to say it is he's just changed. He has become just so different from what we remember him as, and I really hope that they explore that more, because we didn't really get an explanation for it. We kind of understand, like, I understand his thinking to some extent, but I don't know. I want to know more about it. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out the Patreon if you want to watch these episodes early and uncut over on patreon.com/ajrich123, and let's go ahead and start. Someone's having a nightmare with their eyes open. Okay, baiting the guy. So, god damn, Jesus, talk about overkill. But from their side, yeah, they're gonna try to escape at all costs. That has completely messed her up. Everything that's happened, now she, like, how do you trust people after experience like that? I mean, they are lucky that there isn't really Titans roaming around anymore. She just feels betrayed by everybody and just screwed over. It's probably kind of a token of pride at this point. This is her first instinct now, is to fight and kill. I'm surprised she's going with her, the way she's not trusting people at this point. And the way she looks at the other aliens. They really were brainwashed by Marley. That's what a place to run into. Holy shit, it just clicked in my head. That is really twisted. They're eating at the Browse Farms, Sasha's family, and the one that killed Sasha, they're eating and they're taking her. That is heavily fucked up. Oh my god. Okay, so they came back. So they're really utilizing those materials. So some people see him, some people appreciate him more than others, but it's been a long time since we've seen him. Wow. You couldn't say that at this point. That just shows how much has changed. We already know how Flock thinks and why he would look at Eren that way. He thinks only a devil can lead them. This is going to split them, though. I didn't even think of that. This could split them in half.
だからこれ以上勝手な真似は許されない。君たちはエレンの情報を外に漏らした罪です。
Wow.
こういう役には多分順番がある。役を降りても。
So much responsibility. That's hard to put on one person. Hanji has changed so much too with this responsibility. It's like, how would you do it? You can't really say they're doing it wrong. Really has split everybody. And their action, wow, so their actions drove other people to where they're at now. That influence, ever since that day. This has got to be hurting her inside massively, though. Keeping Eren like that. Oh, shit. What the... What the fuck? Why is memories flashing in her head? Hold on a second. It's that was we saw in the beginning of season 1. I remember in the beginning of season 1, the first time that happened, then that's how she like got the ability to fight. That weird flash thing happened that we've seen, and then she was able to have the courage and the attack to fight. Information, Paradise Island Devils, an insult referring to King Fritz and the Eldians who fled to Paradise Island. In Titan studies, the Paradise Island threat theory claims the Eldians who fled there still bear a grudge. The Eldians who fled there still bear a grudge from the Great Titan War and despise the rest of the world. With the threat of Eren Yeager now apparent, the insult holds truer than ever. Yeah, and you know, it's really funny. It's really that is true, but also it's really split. I mean, what we just saw in the last 10 minutes, Eren has actually kind of split everybody, like everybody in general, because the way he did things and the way he's locked up has now put everybody's kind of perspective on things in a good old 50-50. They're locking up people that like are wanting Eren freed, which is making everything very, very complicated. So they're investigating this. So Eren being gone and doing things on his own was much more serious than it seemed in the beginning. The fuck? That's why you don't put your head too close to a horse. So the horse is a devil. The horse is being the comic relief right now. Still, this is really messed up. Being around Sasha's family, the one that killed Sasha. He is definitely the more level-headed of the two. Even finding out that Eren was using him, I thought he would be like Gabi as well, but he's not. And that's the way she was taught, but it's different on the island. Which is so fucked up to teach a kid. God damn. Oh god, she knows that means she has to. Oh god, don't do it. Don't do it. Now that she knows, she thinks she has to kill her. She really is trying to help them. Without Falco here, Gabi would have slaughtered everybody. She needs him.
4年前ここにも巨人が1体現れたの。その巨人を見て村の人はみんな逃げた。
You know what it kind of reminds me of? Falco and Gabi's relationship? Eren and Armin. I would say Eren and Mikasa, but Mikasa is very, you know, for Eren at all costs. It feels more like a good opposite and somebody that can think and think rationally, you know, kind of you know, an Eren thing. Gabi, Falco, and the way Gabi acts like is so much like early Eren, it's ridiculous. That's why it's like, it's not as surprising because of the way her thinking, even though she came from a whole different side and got this stuff drilled into her, the way she's taking the enemy, even if it's a different enemy than what Eren had, it's still the same type of thinking. It's interesting.
お母さんはずっと生きたまま食べられてた。次第に声も上げられなくなった。声が出なくなる。なんでそんなに恨まれているのかよくわからないの。
You have to see it from their side as well.
教えて。お母さん世界中の人々を虐殺したからでしょ。何千年。
See, they don't have the knowledge of that. And this is what was drilled into their brain. That's the ancestors. Why should they be punished for something that happened 1,000 years ago? The way she's looking at it is living in the present. They will not see eye to eye. She can't give an answer to that. Finally, something is getting to her. Wow, actual progress. Even if it's just among kids like this. Sasha. Sasha, yep. Oh god. I don't know how they'd be able to tell by name, but hopefully they don't figure it out. Holy hell. Even after being dead here, Sasha's still influencing people. Everybody is still influencing the next generation of people. Eren in his own way, Sasha in her own way somehow. Oh, we got an after credit scene. Okay, so they figured it out. What are they gonna do now, though? A global alliance, meaning other countries and holy shit. So they have to get help. Or they have to have help. Zeke seems to be somebody that would be a few steps ahead, so he's probably planned for that. Do they have the strength to do that though? Oh man, this episode was insane in the sense of not that there was super action-packed stuff, but the revelation of, I think the most screwed up part is the Sasha, them going to where Sasha was at and the orphans and the family and Braun Farms and saw it like the place that Sasha episode we got that one full-on Sasha episode. It took me a second to recognize the girl that she saved, because it was, God, that was so long ago. But her influence pretty much by having that experience has made this girl grow up in the way she did. And it's kind of insane to think that people like the influence of the people we've known for seasons now is starting to rub off on other people. And in this case, like, we've already known how Flock is and his personality, so it makes sense, especially the way he talked about Eren earlier in the season. Him and other people would side with him and would not like that he's locked up, because now that Eren's name is out there and him being known of being the one to take on Marley like this, he would be looked at by some people as somebody that shouldn't be locked up, the person that should be leading them. But that goes completely against what everybody else is doing. So it's split them. And I was wondering how much, because it seemed to me that, like, what Eren did being there was bad, right? I knew it was, especially the way Levi, like, when they grabbed him and the way he was talking to him and the way everything was doing, like, what he did was bad. But in reality, it's way worse than I expected, because not only is he locked up himself, but he's looked at really as the bad guy. And also with now he has supporters, and now they're locking up the supporters. It's actually making them weaker by splitting. Now they're kind of being split up from the inside here on being two other sides. And I don't even think Eren intends this. It doesn't seem to me that, like, it's not like he's trying to get all these followers or anything. It's just, it's kind of, I don't know. I just don't think it's a good thing either way. And then, like, you know, who would you, the way they were talking about is like, who is to blame? And through this entire series, that's what it's been. It's hard to say it's anybody's fault, because the Eldians on the other side, I mean, you could say it's Marley, right? Easily, you could say, oh, it's Marley. Marley's the bad guy, but they were brought up in one way. We see the Eldians that were brought up as warriors, especially the way Gabi talks. It's very easy to tell that this stuff was drilled into their brain. We saw how Reiner acted in the beginning. We saw how all this knowledge of 1,000 years ago, you know, it's your fault. This is, you know, you have to redeem yourself. You have to do this because you're the reason for this, this, and this. That's that was driven in their heads. And that was not shown as much as how Gabi treats everything. It doesn't help that all this bad things happened, and the way Eren did, you know, after the, you know, Marley being attacked and everything, it would make her double down and go crazy. We saw her slaughter that guy that was just checking up on her while they were locked up, and then they could get out and run. I love that Falco's with her. I love the dynamic. I was talking about it earlier, that it really did remind me of Armin and Eren. Like, you need somebody to kind of like check you sometimes and have a different outlook on things, and they're polar opposites, and it's really good. Like, that's why I was really getting those similarities there. But this was a very informative episode in the sense of, now we saw in that after credit scene, if they wait 6 months to attack Reiner and all them, they're okay. But they know. I wasn't sure if they were gonna figure out if Zeke was betraying them. I thought they might either think he was dead or that, like, he got captured or whatever, but he's figured it out. Now, Zeke is a smart guy, and he's definitely thought ahead here, and that's Reiner feels like he knows Zeke really well. So the way he's saying is, if they go at 6 months, that's what he's expecting. He won't expect them immediately to attack, because like, by themselves, that they have, like, power wise, they would think they would have no chance. So obviously they wouldn't attack there. Now, the only way they can do this is the element of surprise, which is what I mean, when you think about it, that's how they, you know, attacked in the very beginning, becoming Titans, and the attack of the element of surprise. The problem with that is, do they have enough power to attack? The only thing I can think of what is going for them here is that the inner fighting here, the split. We see Hanji, like, I understand why Hanji would be the way they are right now. I understand that. Like, I get why, like, the thinking, you're put in this position that you never necessarily wanted, being in this position that someone like Erwin, who seemed completely just born for the position, like that, and then having to do that, and now Eren, who you were close to, and you know, Hanji was talking about how they used the previous episode, how they used to talk about everything at night, and like the closeness, and now that's gone, and now everyone wants to follow him, but that's a hard position to be in. But what I was trying to say is that they are in a position where they are vulnerable. They're vulnerable right now. Now they don't realize it. Reiner and all them, and Marley doesn't realize it, but they are vulnerable because of this, because of what Eren is kind of breaking everybody into two sides here. I really feel, I feel for everybody there. I feel for Mikasa. The other thing I found interesting, I don't know, you guys let me know in the comments what you thought of this. When we saw Mikasa, like the girl did the thing that they do in the Survey Corps, it's like that, and it kind of like clicked in her head or something, and I don't know why that person doing that made her like remember. It looked like she was like flashing back or something, like made her think of when she met Eren, and when Eren was, the thing was, I remember that scene from the previous, like from the season 1, and maybe it was just the music and the way, like, didn't that feel way darker to you? Like, to me it felt like, maybe it's like I said, it was probably the way it was portrayed there, but Eren looked way scary. I mean, he looked scary, and I remember seeing him like that in the previous, in season 1. That's probably the only time where it felt like he was like a little weird there, like very like killing the guy and going crazy like that. But there it just felt dark. Maybe that's just because now Eren acts like, I mean, Eren is a lot darker than he used to be, so it feels like that, and maybe that's why that scene felt darker than it was. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out these episodes early and uncut over on patreon.com/ajrich123. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.